We all saw the reaction to Kunos' announcement about Assetto Corsa Evo. A big part of the career mode was dropped, and players made it very clear how unhappy they were about it. Steam reviews are sitting at overwhelmingly negative right now. Everything about that has already been covered in other videos, so we're not going to repeat it. Instead, let's ask a different question. What game does the community actually want? Maybe before that, we should ask a different question. What is the sim racing community actually like? Or is there even just one community? There's a group of hardcore sim racers, drivers hundreds of dollars deep into iRacing content and thousands into hardware. They live for performance, hot laps, setups, cutting tenths, then thousands, finding those last few centimeters of track limits. These guys race in esports leagues, competitions, championships. Some of them are winning serious money. For many, this isn't really gaming anymore. It's closer to a sport. For others, it's still a hobby, just one they take very seriously. And some of them are even quite well known. For those guys, it all started with Live for Speed, and it's been evolving ever since. Today, they've got a strong lineup of games: iRacing, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Automobilista 2, Race Room, Le Mans Ultimate, Project Motor Racing, Rinsport, and way more. All of them offer advanced vehicle physics. They demand real skill. They're built around realism and are in a completely different league than Need for Speed or Forza. Then there's the other group. You could call them more casual, but not in a bad way. They're not obsessed with hot lapping. They still love cars, but they want to feel more connected to them. They like Gran Turismo or Forza-style progression, starting with a cheap, clapped-out box, building it, tuning it, upgrading it, working their way up through motorsport. Win race, sell the car, buy a quicker one. Repeat. This video isn't about AC Evo, but it's worth mentioning it once more. It really felt like Evo had a good chance to connect these two worlds, and instead, after the announcement, those two sides started fighting each other. And maybe, just maybe, there's also a third group nobody really talks about. Not hardcore enough to dedicate their life to lap times, but also not satisfied with how games like Forza or Gran Turismo actually feel. To hardcore sim racers, they're casuals. To actual casual players, they probably look hardcore. But they're neither. These are people who genuinely care about physics, weight transfer, car behavior, sound, consequences. They don't want to train like it's an Olympic discipline. And at the same time, they don't want fireworks and festival vibes either. They don't want cars that feel weightless, flat sound design, no consequences, where you can hit a fence at 300 kilometers per hour and just keep driving like nothing happened. This group might be bigger than anyone imagines. A silent majority, and it feels like they've been waiting for their own game for a long time. The one that's never been made. Older racing games enthusiasts remember Need for Speed Porsche 2000 or Test Drive Unlimited, not because they were perfect simulators, but because they made ownership feel real. Imagine going to work as a factory driver, earning money through actual driving, then returning home in your own cheap car. A car you can work on, tune, improve, or even ruin. You slowly build your way up. You get better at your job. You afford better machines. And all of this happens around, for example, the Nordschleife. The potential would be enormous. Some would say that sounds like The Sims with cars, but it isn't. In The Sims, the vehicle is just an object. Here, the car would be governed by real physics, real sound, real mechanical limits. It would still be a simulator, just one with a life built around it. The real problem seems to be connecting a proper game economy with serious simulator physics. Why is it so difficult to build a meaningful progression system inside a true driving simulator, while also getting the physics, the sound design, and all the technical aspects right? Do most players simply bounce off something that demanding? Is the audience still too niche? Or maybe the risk is just too high. What's interesting is that other genres have already solved this. Space sims have deep, layered economic systems. Truck simulators let you build companies, manage fleets, grow over time. Some of those systems are surprisingly complex. But in racing, nothing like that has ever really worked. There isn't a single title that truly combines a serious simulation model with a fully realized economy. At this point, it would be unfair not to mention BeamNG.drive. BeamNG is incredible. What that team has built, especially in terms of physics, is on another level. But it's solving a slightly different problem. It's more of a massive sandbox, a playground powered by one of the most advanced vehicle physics engines ever made. And it doesn't just simulate sports cars, it simulates almost everything. Trucks, buses, off-roaders, everyday cars. That breadth is part of what makes it special. But it also means it isn't entirely focused on the idea of building a motorsport career around high-performance racing. Yes, it has potential, and yes, it keeps evolving. But its vision feels broader than pure sim racing. It's trying to simulate vehicles as a whole, not necessarily competitive racing as a discipline. And realistically, it's hard to imagine it becoming a fully licensed, laser-scanned, motorsport-focused platform in the same way traditional racing simulators aim to be. It's an amazing tool, it just scratches a different itch. So, what's the conclusion? What would it actually take to build the perfect open-world, career-driven, proper sim racing game? We actually ran the numbers ourselves, and honestly, it's just not feasible. Once you calculate everything properly, the technology, the licensing, the open world, the development time, the cost becomes astronomical. Yeah, over $200 million. That's AAA studio budget territory for a game with absolutely no guarantee of success. It would have to outperform Gran Turismo. It would have to become the definitive PC driving simulator. And realistically, no publisher is putting that kind of money on the table. Maybe not today, maybe not in 5 years, but in 10? In 20? Who knows?